Live from Studio A in the all-new Cumulus Broadcast Center at the Louisiana Boardwalk in Bossier City, Louisiana. Here's your host, Cumulus Community Service Director, Tom Pace.
Let me tell you, it's the talk of the town at Super Talk 1340. Here it is, the 8th of October, the year 2007. So we're going to be talking with Natalie Linn and Marion Marks about Scott Griffin, a young man at the age of 45, passed away over the weekend and fought the good fight against cancer. And our hearts and prayers are out with his family and all those members of the advertising community and everybody else that knew and loved him. So,
you talked about someone who was a leader of Centenary. Most people don't recognize that Scott taught at Centenary among his many accomplishments. Scott and I had done production and film work together for right at 15 years. He shot, I edited a number of short films and feature films and documentaries. Some of them played on the national scene, and it was truly a pleasure to work with him. His original music compositions to his art, which is truly classic, to his film work. You have people who've traveled from the East Coast, West Coast, as far away as Rome to come celebrate his life.
Friend, a super producer, a super filmmaker, and a musician as well. Videographer, director, sound producer, composer for the documentary film Dreamers and Gamblers, Spirit of the Pioneer Wildcatters. And also, Scott wrote the original music and filmed all the tall ship footage for the nationally recognized PBS film Full Sails, produced by Burt Nelson. Marion, it's amazing this young man at the age of 45, prior to that time, was able to encapsulate so many projects and bring them to a national scale.
Well, when he was just 32 years old, he shot footage, mostly in California, that he and I edited together, that won an award at the New Orleans Film Festival for short films. And I would say before he was 35, back before digital footage was available, he did probably 15 or 20 short films that played on the regional and I hope make a new national debut for people who haven't seen them before, because they're wonderful films.
And also he has included films, he's produced numerous other film and music things recognized by the New Orleans Film Festival. Many of these now, as you were talking about, not to forget Carl Haston and Alan Dyson, along with Rob Smith, as well as Sandbox and Fairfield Studios, engineered many music projects. And he insisted, by the way, Scotty insisted on having creative and directive control of all his projects, did he not?
He truly, when Scotty talked, kind of like the Ole F. Hutton commercial, I listened, because he taught me a lot about film. That he impacted so many people in so many areas. So few people had the ability to handle film, music, photography, still media.
And let me turn over here to my right, and Natalie Linn is sitting here next to me, and the irony is not missed with Natalie, because as we're talking about Scott Griffin passing away at the age of 45, young age of 45 from cancer, Natalie just has come through a bout of cancer yourself.
That's correct. Scotty and I were diagnosed within a couple of months of each other last year. And we've been friends, as Marion said, for about 15 years. Matter of fact, Scotty, the first job Marion ever edited was something Paps brought that Scotty and I had worked on along with Michael. And but Scotty is one of those people that the minute you meet him, you just, he makes everybody feel comfortable, and you just realize the longer you've known him, that more talented he is. I knew he was a great photographer, a great videographer, but then his original music that he totally taught himself.
I'd basically been playing in my living room or my bedroom, just for my own enjoyment for a long time. And Alan, who I met through Greg, said, "Why don't you come over? We're going to just jam in the living room one night." And I said, "Okay, I will." And I went over there, and we had a really good jam. And then they said, well, you know, we're playing at the Noble Savage this weekend, Friday and Saturday night, and we'd like for you to come sit
Every
in.
time I'd hear him play with his partner, Michael Susano, they were wonderful.
Now, what instrument did Scotty play?
12-string guitar, plus others.
Oh, my gosh.
And he was just wonderful. And his music was just so evocative of all of Scotty's life experiences. I mean, he went to Rome the first time when he was in college, and I almost made an annual trip back every year. And there his beautiful photographs, his beautiful videos that he would put to music just were so expressive of the art and beauty he brought to life. And it's such a shame that we've lost him so young because he brought so much beauty to the world.
Well, you know, but the good thing is he stayed true to his craft. He completed the project for Tim Marshall. You know, Natalie, you were talking about cancer. I think all of us, it never impacts us head on until we lose someone who's either close and or we have it ourselves.
Right. It changes your entire perspective on life. Both Scotty and I talked many times about the fact that the silver lining in the cancer cloud is the absolutely overwhelming and humbling experience of the outpouring of concern and love that comes to people. You know, that you just think it's just me, you know. And so many people from around the world, for Scotty and for me and all over the country, that show their concern and their prayers and the power of prayer. Believe me, I believe in it. It's worked for me, and it kept Scotty alive a lot longer than the doctors ever. And it was through his just his belief that as long as there was another treatment, there was always hope. His strength, his will of his eternal optimism, and the fact that he knew he still had something to give back, and he did. And he enriched my life and blessed my life in so many ways. But it was Scotty, when I was diagnosed with cancer, that was inspiring me to stay strong and, you know, to keep the faith. And as long as, you know, you were here today, you were blessed. And to count your many blessings every day. And it hangs in my office, and I brought it with me just to show you his beautiful work. And it's a beautiful photograph of the setting sun amongst the oak trees in Louisiana, and with that verse printed on it.
Yeah, and if I can describe it, as you see the lush greenery and the sun is setting out, if you will, setting out in the west, and you can see the sun is so bright. You don't see the sun, but you see the light coming through the trees, and you know it's just the light of the Lord, would be my thought.
Yep.
And it's just a beautiful thing. And, you know, that's the type of thing that Scott was. And God love you for stopping by to take time, Natalie, on behalf of everybody. And I know that you just recently received some accolades from them.
Well, you know, you live long enough, they're going to give you an award, Tom. I mean...
I know that, but nobody deserves it any more than you.
Thank you very much. Yes, I was honored by the Shreveport Bossier Ad Federation with their Silver Medal Award.
And so you well deserved it. And I want you to know, if anybody knows Natalie Linn, she's just got this effervescent smile. Yeah, she's just beautiful today. She's got on the kind of the look, if you will, that says, I'm here to thank my friend, let him know how much I love him, and how much we all will miss him, but respect and honor him.
That's true.
I think it's God's way for us to recognize that we are mortal.
Oh, yeah.
We are. I think
we're only here for a short time and make the best of it.
Absolutely. Grab life by the horns.
And Scotty sure did.
He really did.
started, you didn't want to leave. But I knew, and I knew you knew it too. You had to. It's like a scene from a movie you'd seen a million times before. A platform, pillars passing, blur of faces fading. So many people leaving, so many others waiting. Going, always going, where do the people go? Business errands, holidays, lost as sheep on their way. Take a deep breath of faith. Everything will be okay. You've been there before, you'll probably be that way again. Sooner than you think, you'll find your perfect lover. And the newness of her touch, the very rush of the beginning. You'll stare into her eyes and find your reason for living. And all the things that came before go on their separate ways. Occasionally they'll call, and occasionally they will ring. You gotta live for the moment, live for the day, live for the moment. Live for the moment, live for the day, but don't close your eyes. Oh, the moment slips away. The train is slowing down as it pulls into the station. Your eyes flutter open, the journey passed while you were sleeping. Platform pillars passing, the blur of faces fading. So many people leaving, so many others waiting. Going, always going, where do the people go? Business errands, holidays, lost as sheep on their way. You gotta live for the moment, live for the day. You gotta live for the moment, live for the day. Live for the moment, live for the day, but don't close your eyes. Oh, the moment slips away. Live for the moment, live for the day. Live for the moment, live for the day.
live for today, but don't close your eyes. All the moment slips away.